And then also, and I know you're all over this too, you've made this also a really important point, like, and Hotep Jesus has too, others, that right away, and I think this is what pissed you off, right? You saw them like smuggling in all these ideas that had nothing to do or very little to do with Black experiences. You understand it, like trans issues, gay, LGBT issues, right? All the, and international relations, critiquing the nuclear family, which, you know, there might even be some decent things in there that I would agree with. But this was a protest about cops killing Black people. And then all of a sudden it became about all these other things, right?
Facts.
And that's what pissed you off, right? Isn't it?
Correct. Okay. Look, misrepresentation. Mark Lamar Hill. I think I'm gonna write something about him. I got to put him in a body bag, figuratively, of course. Yeah. Right? Like, yeah, look.
Careful.
Yeah, look.
My God.
Look, he's he promotes that men can get pregnant. I don't know anybody Black who believes that bullshit. That's not our thinking. He promotes men can have menstruation. That's not us, man. Like, and this guy is a professor at Temple.
Yeah.
You ever notice that these Black professors that's always on TV, they never work at HBCUs?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, thank you.
Have you ever noticed that?
Only
why don't they work at an HBCU? Because their boss has influence at Temple, at Princeton, at Harvard, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Like, that's part of it. Like, I get on them hard, but I want white people who see them as a problem to understand that they're really more my problem than they're your problem. You can get to the people that's above them. And that's who your focus should be. Let me deal with these motherfuckers. And you cut off the goddamn purse strings from over their head. And together, we'll fix this goddamn problem. Both of us can't be looking at low-hanging fruit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because really in this thing, they're really the low-hanging fruit. But they're closer to me, though. And people listening. I see people I know listening to these people, man. Like, yo, not so much about the men can get pregnant shit, but Black people, they worried about Palestine. They don't even know that the word Palestine came from the Romans when they renamed Judea after the Bar Kokhba revolt and all that. They don't know these things, man. I don't even know why I know them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, they don't know these things. You know, it's like, they don't know that before Israel, that it was the British that controlled Palestine. And before the British, it was the Ottomans. They don't know these things. They think Palestine was a country that the Palestinians had, and the Brits just came, the Israelis just came and took it. It was given to the Israelis and they worked it out with the British and MI6 or MI5 or whatever was around at that time. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, look, it's hard communicating to low-informed people. I'm not going to say low intellect. They just don't know, man. They just don't know. And at one time, I didn't know, but I took the time to know. And one thing I know is when certain people tell me go left, I need to go right. That's one thing I really understand, you know. And one of my greater fears is that low-informed white people will buy into this racial divide and then turn on low-informed Black people, all while being manipulated by these people up here.
Why would they turn on the low-informed Black people?
Because they're being indoctrinated just like us. They're being told that Black people are the problem. And look at what these Black people are doing. They're rioting in 110 cities and George Floyd. And they think all of us are like what they see on TV.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
This indoctrination is a two-way street. It's not just on us. It's a different set of indoctrination tactics being used on white people, but they're being indoctrinated nonetheless. They're going to end up, a lot of them who aren't really thinking and understand are going to end up thinking Black people are the problem. And Black people are just being misrepresented by hand-picked Negro wranglers who get to speak on CNN and MSNBC and all these other outlets to act like they represent us, and we don't even really identify with them. Not most of us, anyway. Listen.
Yeah,
I can break it down like this: the Black community, like all other communities, is not a monolith, man. And when you start indicting people simply because of the way they look, you're gonna be legitimately victimizing some innocent people.
No.